So in terms of our algebra skills, at this point in the game, I expect the majority of us, if not all of us, to be able to solve linear equations, especially when they're just two-step equations. But a mathematical statement that has two expressions that are equivalent to one another, that is the definition of equation. Hence, we have an equal sign. Therefore, we can solve for the variable that's in the expressions. Example number 1. On your own, negative 5x plus 12 is equal to negative 23. If you can do these in the lesson, I will not make you do the practice set. Negative 23 minus 12. Gotta be careful here. You have to write it off to the side. Negative 23 minus 12. Do we like the subtraction sign? No. Two-stroke method. Negative 23 and negative 12. What do we get? Very good. Divide by negative 5. X is 7. Two n minus 3 is equal to 6n plus 25. If you're getting better at these, you'd recognize that we want to move the 2n over to the right to avoid that negative n. And if you want to in the same step, you can move the 25 over to the left. So minus 25. 6n minus 2n will get us 4n. Negative 3 minus 25. Negative 28. True. N value is negative 7. Show of hands if we got that one right. Excellent. Next step. Simplify if we can first, so we do want to distribute on the left, distribute on the right, collect those like terms if they're available to us. Did you know this is called the magic mirror? Because what you see on one side is you see on the other. A nephew of mine informed me about these a year or two ago. So we came up with the last one to be negative 2. And the last one. 1/2 x plus 4 is equal to negative 2/3 x plus 1/2. Saxon Book loves to throw fractions at you because that is a concept that we continue to struggle with. But before we dive into this one, I want to talk about this briefly. There is a method that you can use to eliminate fractions. Okay? And it is very, very easy to catch on to. If you are given 3, we can say that's equal to 3, am I right? True. If we have that same 3 and suppose we want to multiply both sides by 4, we're okay, right? 12 is still equal to 12. If we're given a is equal to a, then we can take 4 times that a, right? And we would say that 4a is equal to 4a. This seems very tedious, it seems very basic, but believe it or not, the multiplication property of equality is very, very powerful to us. Because if we can find that right number, maybe not 4, but maybe another number, we could eliminate the fractions altogether. Now, 1/2 times what would get rid of that fraction? 2. Very good. The problem is, notice there's a 2 there, we'd be fine, but now we got a 3. So between those 2's and that 3 being in the denominators, what is our new number that we want to multiply by? Yes, it is 6. So here's what we want to do. We take the expression that we have on the left, the expression that we have on the right, and we want to multiply both the left and the right hand side by the same value, and that value that we came up with was 6. If you can recognize that number, it's an extra step, you know. It seems like more work than what we're making it, but 6 times 1/2 is going to get us 3. Now understand you have to distribute there to the 4 to get 24. 6 times negative 2/3. Negative 4x. But notice after that step, now we're looking at an equation that is much, much more friendly to us. X is equal to negative 3. This is a skill I'd like you to get better at because it is going to be very, very helpful. Because in the future you're going to be dealing with these problems where the fractions are not very nice to work with. We will skip the word problem. I want you to do one more. Let's do D.